All right, supplements, part 3 of our supplement series. We talked about, we kind of went over the top 5 in our episode 1. Episode 2, we had Darnell on with us. He's from the supplement industry, talking about what he's seen through the last several years. And now we're going to get into what those top 5 supplements are and what they do, why you'd take them, and where you can get them.
I'm showing I'm holding up the creatine sup right now.
Yes.
Bingo. It's such an amazing supplement. Out here, I'd put it more into camera view, but whatever. Anyway, product placement is key.
It sure is. And creatine is actually the most popular supplement, wasn't it? Number 1? It was number 1 when we talked about that. I never took
the most misunderstood too.
Why?
Well, why would you never take it before?
Because it didn't seem important to me in the past, but I never in the past really researched into it either.
It was misunderstood. You know, it's funny in the fear guide, but what's it called? In the supplement guide, you brought up a really good point, and you made sure that it's in there that it said, do your own research. Right?
Yes.
And the irony is, nowadays you're almost penalized for doing your own research, right? Like when the jab came out, people are like, don't just trust the science. Don't do your own research. Just trust, you know what I'm saying? That's like saying, I need to get a car. I'm going to go to the car dealer. What are you going to get? Shit, I don't know. I'm just going to go whatever the dealer tells me to buy because they're the experts. Like, think about it. Fucking,
right.
Okay. You know what I mean? So when you think about the supplements, you know, that could be, you know, GNC is known for being a little hard on the approach and whatnot. And I think that the majority of them mean well, but it's hard to, it's easy to misunderstand any product when there are so many explanations and so many uses. Okay.
Yes.
But when you do and when we talk about stuff, include us in your own research, and then make your own informed decision. But that's a good point to remember.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And that goes for anything, especially with anything that you're going to like put into your own body. Right. But, and with all these, and you'll see this throughout the supplement guide too, there's different, like you said, there's different purposes and explanations and all sorts of things. Like creatine, there are many different kinds of creatine. Like there's not just one kind of creatine. There are many kinds. Creatine monohydrate tends to be the one that's more specific toward building muscle and toward muscular recovery and all that good stuff that you want in the fitness world. But there's other types of creatine that do other things. Your body makes creatine, as a matter of fact, but your body only makes about 1 milligram a day. And for like the optimal benefits that you want out of it when you're lifting and trying to build muscle and burning fat, you want at least 5 milligrams. Some of that can come from your food too, but again, it would be really hard to eat enough red meat and fish to get the amount of creatine that you need, that up to that 5 milligrams. You know, food might give you another 2 or 3, but
at the end of the day, we're talking about muscle function, right? Over 90% of you know, the creatine in the body is found in the muscles, right? And if you think about energy production, at the end of the day, that's really what we're talking about, as it is similar to, you know, an amino acid. But to make things, let me just simplify it once and for all, okay? When you're talking about an energy process, there's 3 tiers, more or less, okay? Your fat burning, fat oxidation, when you go to burn, that's the oxidative process, right? That is the daily fuel. Unfortunately, I know it's hard to believe for y'all people who just, what the fuck? If I'm burning fat every day, why the hell do I jiggle when I laugh? Fuck, okay? Because that's simple math. You're just not burning enough of it, or what you're burning, you're replacing with more. I mean, you can't declutter a room if you keep storing shit up in it every day. You know what I'm saying? So just look at fat as the primary fuel source, as a carbohydrate. Like it's just like not a carbohydrate. The fat is your primary fuel source. Put it that way, okay? And then as you get more intense, you start burning into blood glucose, right? That's when you start burning sugars. You get into the later parts of your target heart rate where you're starting to switch zones, and now you're getting into more intense bouts that are shorter lived, but you get more bang for buck, but in shorter spurts, right? And then the last phase is creatine phosphate, right? That is my kid stuck under the car, watch me go Hulk mode, like stupid power.
Mm-hmm.
Your 1 rep max, your, Valsalva maneuver, like when you go after that shit. Okay. So if you think about things in that perspective, easy, medium, hard, right? Like the creatine is part of the body's natural order for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
And what is not a part of the natural order are things like chairs and beds and cars and, Netflix, fucking, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, we fundamentally alter those natural processes. And so the way to help repair and readjust life and your metabolics, strength, recovery, growth, and so on is to supplement that change with something of which you are in control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think that's just put that into perspective. Creatine, I think women usually will look at creatine and say, I don't want to get bulky.
You won't.
Like bulky, like bulkier than what you are now. Like what's bulky? A
Yeah.
firm version of the jiggle? Fuck out of here. What do you really talk? Like, what are we talking about? I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is a health thing
Yes.
first. Fitness stuff is easy and it comes after.
Yeah. And that bulking thing, we've talked about that before, so we don't need to get into it, but it's stupid. Like, you're not going to get bulky or look like a dude unless you're really trying to, and you would know if you were really trying to.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, all you need is 5 milligrams a day. Super simple. And it's the easiest thing ever. You throw it in with your protein shake, you mix it up, and you have it right after your workout. So it's something like that you're already doing a post-workout shake. If you're not, you should be. We'll get into that next. But it's just something to add to that shake. So,
and it's, well, ours is flavorless. There's a lot of flavored options and whatnot, but I would suggest going with the flavorless powder because you can do that. You can put it in your shake.
Yeah.
You can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, it could get overwhelming if you're taking this and that and this. You need like one of those pill boxes, like old people. But
I have one of those. Fuck you. Fucking.
I don't. I'm too young for that.
For now.
I am getting close to 40. Okay, protein powder is the next one. Everybody, I mean, I always recommend a post-workout protein shake with a good quality protein powder because it's what's going to help your muscles repair after the workout you just put it through. Like, your muscles need protein in order to repair. They need to repair in order to build. They need to build in order for you to have shape. When you're talking about like, I want to get toned, quote unquote, that word toned, I don't want to get muscle though. It's like, well, to be toned is to have muscle, right? But it's just, you're building that shape, right? And the protein shake helps do that. What it does is the protein it's broken down already into that powder form. It's a super simplified form of protein, and it can go straight into your muscles so that right after your workout, within the hour at least, that all that protein can rush in and start that repair process right away. And you pair it with the creatine, and now you're helping repair those things quicker, more efficiently, and you're helping things like muscle soreness. You're still going to be sore, but it should help with that at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Protein powder is like truly, and we've talked about protein. You can go back and watch our protein or listen to our protein podcast, but protein is the building block to every single function in your body, from hormones to muscle repair to like what carries the nutrients. I mean, protein is in literally every single piece of your body, every single system, every single process. So it's really important to make sure you're getting enough. When you're looking at a protein powder, and the reason that we chose the protein powder that we did is because the ingredients are super clean, right? And because the macros on it match what you would typically need if you're looking to build muscle and lose fat. And what you want after a workout is 20 to 25 grams of protein. You want like 30-ish grams of carbs, so you'll have to add a carb with the protein shake, banana or something like that. And you want to keep the fat low. Now you're going to find, you'll go to the store, you'll look at protein shakes. You're going to see so many of them. If you Google it, if you're on Amazon, if you're standing in the Walmart aisle, you're going to see so many protein powders. And what you really need to be sure of is that they're not full of junk. There's some really popular ones out there that people ask me about all the time. The ingredients list is this long. You can't read it. And it's full of just like garbage. I wouldn't even suggest outside of a workout. Yeah. And what we keep hearing about our protein powder is that it's super smooth and that it tastes really good. And we knew that from the start, but being in the fitness industry, we've both tried our own fair share of protein powders. We might be a little bit biased, but we've heard from people who are afraid to try the protein, who have never had protein, who have never liked protein, who have said that it mixes super well. It's very smooth and that it tastes really good. It's the only protein powder I've ever had that's not gritty at all. I will say that. You know how sometimes it's like thick?
Yeah, I've had some before that were like that too. It's just, I don't know, like I don't want to over glorify what we got. I'm not saying it's the best out there. I'm not, God's gift to supplements. I'm not going to say that. Okay. What I will say, I mean, because honestly, if you're not going to use it right, it doesn't matter. And then if it doesn't, we get the blame for that shit. So you're already, what trumps our supplements is real food. Just like we said that in the last episode. It's just to simplify, it is what it is, right? It's not as convenient to just haul off and meal. I guess you can meal prep too, but a supplement is meant to be a part of your workout. Like it is just faster, simpler, and more efficient to get your workout in. Yeah. Bomb your shake and move on.
Get on with your life.
And that's it, right? You're not going to all of a sudden start cooking dinner after you've gone and kicked your own ass. Like if you can do that, you ain't kicked your own ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we, our subs are meant to supplement. And you're going to, let's be honest, like the only advantage that would be not to go with especially if we're giving you the advice and whatnot, is to go elsewhere. It would just be convenience. Like you want to go to Walmart because it's 2 seconds away, then go to Walmart. Like, whatever, do what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? But as a part of that process of research that we say, is it really that much to just, try it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. It is what it is. But at least you know that we're in contact and we're there to help you. Like the Walmart associate is not going to be able to help you.
Yeah, that's what someone told me yesterday. I was telling her we got some more stuff coming, and she was like, "I already take that stuff, but I can't wait to switch to yours so I can be with like a brand that I know and trust."
Right. And
I was like, "Yeah." But that's protein powder. You should have it after your workouts, and that's all through the supplement guide too. Like supplements do not replace food; they are called supplements. Look supplement up in the dictionary. It means something that like goes with something else well. It doesn't matter what supplements you take.
What would you say is the best part of this guide?
Man,
because they can look up this shit like anywhere, right? Like what's the difference between a supplement guide and Google?
Well, number one, it's all in one place. You can come to this guide and find all 5 of the top supplements. Yeah, but I don't know. I think this simplifies it a lot more than Google. And there's stuff in here where, like, sure, if you're looking at protein powder and it's got these guidelines, well, then you can look up a protein powder with those guidelines or look up whatever other guidelines. But I think this simplifies it down into like, it's what does it do? Why is it important?
Yeah.
How do you take it?
It's the specificity. I think, when I've read it a few times now, and as I like to go, well, number one, it takes me like I have to read shit 12 times just to understand the first effing word. But that's me. But when you're reading something that has some specifics in it, specifics that are almost meant, for you. It's more than informative. It's not just here's what it is. It's here's what it is and what it can do for you. You know,
and
then
you
what I mean?
And then you can make your own.
That's what you're missing. I don't think people are gonna get that. So I'm sorry. That's what you're gonna get that they're missing
Right.
in their own research is a lot of it, well, what's that got to do with me?
Yeah.
You,
Well,
you know what I'm
online
saying?
it's very convoluted online too. Like you look up creatine and a billion websites come up. They're all talking about different types of creatine. There's all these science words. And if I was not in the fitness industry, honestly, I'd probably take one look at it and be like, never mind.
I'm still trying to understand what the fuck convoluted means. Okay.
It's just, there's a lot of stuff there and this
Is
simplifies it.
convoluted like clusterfucked? Is that what that means?
Yeah. Like what you really
Why can't you
want,
just say clusterfucked?
like, like what you
Or
really want to
confusing?
know is hidden in all the other things. You're the one who likes words so much. I don't know. You
I
usually
know.
like big words.
And I'm asking, I'm doing my research. I'm asking you what the fuck does that word mean?
Yeah, it
Convoluted.
means that the information that you want
So,
is hidden inside a bunch of other information that you don't need.
I mean,
It's
I asked a
convoluted.
question. I just expected a straight answer. I didn't expect it to be such a convoluted issue. Learn and apply, people.
Learn and apply.
And fucking apply. Anyways.
Oh, okay. You know what one kind of grossed me out a little bit was fish oil. I even put in here like it is what it sounds like. Just we're gonna spare you the detail. One of them started to go into how fish oil was made, and I was like, nope, I don't need to visualize that. It's fish oil. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's nasty and it smells bad and it can give you bad breath. So be careful with it. Not all brands are created equal. What? What
would you say are the best things that it does? That fish oil does?
Well, they have the omega-3 fatty acids, which help with cholesterol. They help with blood pressure. They help in muscular recovery. They help with joint stuff. They help your liver function, which is obviously extremely important. So they have a lot of good things that you maybe wouldn't notice outwardly. Like you're not gonna be like, oh, I took my fish oil today. I could see my 6-pack. But
well, it helps with morning stiffness.
Yes.
Not that kind of stiffness, you filthy animals. Shit.
Sure, that's exactly.
It's more for folks who are, the achy. It helps you get, you know what I'm saying? Reducing inflammation, helps improve liver function. From a metabolic process, it lowers. Generally, it will lower your triglyceride levels. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say that in doing so, it also reduces your risk of having a heart attack or stroke and da-da-da-da. Like, well, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's scientifically, it has been shown to at least reduce risk.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right? yes.
Like, yes, you can get in a car accident and die any single day. This is like saying, if you don't drink and drive, the chances of you getting in a car accident and dying at least lower a little bit. It can still happen, but okay. So just know that. Like,
and again, if you're taking fish oils to lower your triglycerides, but you're eating McDonald's every day, is not going to matter.
Yeah, and I think a trick to the fish oils, because I think one of the biggest feedback I've gotten about fish oils was the burps. Right? So gross. And they don't like the taste or the smell or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I always found that funny because people bitch about that kind of thing, but yet they'll sit there and bomb the worst alcohol ever, especially if you are age, or my age, I should say. It's like, do you not remember the shit you drank in college or during your 20s? Give me a break. Come on. I know. If you were bombing that deer blood, and I mean Jägermeister, you all know what I'm talking about. And you're going to bomb that shit, right? You're going over here drinking Fireballs and whatnot, like as if Goldschlager actually tastes good. Talking about, I want the gold flakes in my body. Bitch, no, you want to wake up with cinnamon death in your mouth. Get out of here. Okay, please. You have consumed worse. Okay, than fish oil. So, but regardless, anyway, reeling that back in. A trick that I learned a while back was take the fish oil capsules, put them in the freezer. Oh. And then you take them frozen.
Wouldn't they melt in your stomach and still make it smell?
It doesn't. The burps are less likely from what I've understood. And it works for me. I don't know why it does. It just does. It's just a life hack, a fish oil hack.
Life hack.
I mean, what's the alternative? You're going to go suck off a salmon?
Oh my God. Oh,
Fuck, I don't know.
that is not how fish oil is made.
Okay.
Gross. Um, magnesium is the next
Mm.
one. Magnesium. This one, I
Grossly
was actually,
misunderstood also.
yeah, because when you think about magnesium, I don't know, you think about it like a vitamin, not as like a fitness supplement. At least you know what I mean? Like
I
that's,
don't know. Yeah.
um,
No.
but it's another one that helps to regulate your blood pressure and your blood sugars. And it'll aid in muscle and nerve function, all that good stuff. It's going to help you perform better in your workouts. It's going to help you sleep better. You know, it can at least. And your body stores all of your magnesium, almost all of it. I think it's like 99% or something insane like that, in your bones and in your soft tissues. So the more magnesium you've got saved up in your muscles and bones, the better.
Yep.
Helps with fatigue,
That's
all that good
another one
stuff.
for muscle function, protein synthesis. You know, the effect that it has to regulate glucose control
Mm-hmm.
and your blood pressure, like you said, nerve
Mm-hmm.
function. It's one of the subs that you know if you were to take that daily with the creatine,
Mm-hmm.
you would launch, you would feel better almost right away. You'd sleep
Yeah.
better. You'd have more energy. You know what I'm saying? So like those things matter. And um, again, if you're going to go back and look at your diet and what you're consuming every day and say, well, I'm getting so and so, or I'm getting so many milligrams of this and that, right? With whatever you're eating. If you're going to go that deep, that fast into what you've already been consuming, then A, you already know this, or B,
Mm-hmm.
you're a hypocrite. And if you're not going to do your own research on the supplements, because if you're going to go that far and dive into your diet, but not into your own supplementation,
Mm.
right? Something a little weird. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
and I think people tend to focus on the supplements that are going to make them look better. You know, the protein is going to help you build muscle, and you're going to look better when you have more muscle. Fat burner is going to help you burn fat, and there you'll look better when you burn
Yeah,
some
that's
fat.
just impatience, though.
But
I mean, you
I
can speak
know
on that shit.
I am very impatient. But a lot of these are meant for the way that your inside processes work, and those are even more important than what you see, because you're not going to see the right
Yeah,
stuff without the right stuff going on the inside.
if you can't,
You know
if
what I
you
mean?
don't, if you don't understand that the inside is what makes the outside go,
That's
right?
it.
I mean, why the fuck do you think that saying of it's what's on the inside that counts is even out there? What you think it's just for ugly people? Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? There's a reason. there's a there's a point to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
most people will focus on the prize instead of the process. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to be the guy that says love the pro. I mean, I have said that before. I digress. However, I usually say that to people who I know already get it, right? I can't force you to
Yes.
love the process. And the
Yes.
irony is with the prize, I usually don't have to force shit with the prize because it's already your idea. You're the one that wants the prize so damn bad. That's why
Yeah.
we predicated everything that we've done thus far, including the choices of the subs that we wanted to start producing, um, is for the why behind that particular prize, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know there's a problem in the process. That's why we're here, or that's why you're here. So let's help with
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So hopefully, and let's not forget with every sub, there's a QR code on the side that takes you directly to an included workout that you'll be able
That's
to
right.
get to help you along. You'll get your the supplement guide just the same, and then you'll have
Mm-hmm.
access to not only that, but also assuming that you're with it enough to subscribe and like and that kind of thing, whatever the kids are saying nowadays. Uh, I mean, you want more information and something that's a little more specific. Here we are.
Yeah.
Look no further or continue to look. Makes no difference to me, but we're going to stay the same course because we're true to what we do and what we say.
That's right. BCAAs. I get asked about this one a lot, actually. BCAAs. What are they? Should I take them? They're branched chain amino acids, and they are the building blocks that make up protein. You already know protein is super duper important. So BCAAs, the things that make up the protein, are just as vital to your body's
Mm-hmm.
functions. Your body doesn't naturally produce these amino acids. It comes from all the things that you put into your body, and then your body builds the amino acids from the nutrients that you're giving it. So to supplement with BCAAs helps, as long as you're already having a good diet full of things like lean meats, your fruits and vegetables. Obviously, that's going to help you produce the best results. But BCAAs help to, and the biggest thing about these, especially if you're in like a muscle building, fat loss type deal, is that it helps to preserve muscle, right? And that's when you're trying to build muscle, last thing you want to be doing is burning it off. So BCAAs help keep the integrity of your muscles strong. They help repair your muscles. They give your muscles energy. And these actually are usually I think these are usually pretty tasty. You said ew.
I like
when
mine
we talked about
because some are flavored. I got to think about that. I know ours are, what are our flavors? Like fruit punch and some
fruit punch.
what kind of watermelon or something? Wasn't that the other one? Or did we just run with the fruit punch?
We're still talking about honeydew watermelon. I'm not sure yet. Honeydew watermelon was the other.
We're trying to. I would rather have a flavorless one. Again, I would rather have a flavorless one. For me, I like both the chocolate protein shakes and the vanilla one, because I like to put the frozen berries and whatnot into mine. I don't like turning my protein shakes, post workouts shakes into this cocktail, like trying to like make it beautiful and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, I don't want to make it a thing where I have to like doll this shit up, because the more I add to it, the more I take away, because I'm doing it for the sake of flavor. You know what I mean? Now, if I, like, let's say if I didn't like the flavor of the vanilla, I mix mine with almond milk. I like a little bit of fruit. I don't need to do more, because then I end up filling my silver bullet with all this shit, and then I don't mix anyways. And then if it's like a Smoothie King shake, which some are pretty good, but they charge you out the ass for the extra protein, assuming I don't even know what quality they put in there. But I'm going to pay an ass ton for shit where half of the shake is either left in the scooper or in the blender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nobody's going to make a living selling the shit just because it tastes good. And if they do make a living selling it just because it tastes good, and people forget that ain't the point. So personally, I would rather go with the unflavored stuff, because I take my scoop of creatine, take an unflavored BCA, throw them in, or if it's a pill, I'll pop that guy and I'll just don the shake and be done and move on.
See, I like to do the BCAAs before, during the workout, and then I just mix my protein shake with water and get on with my life.
That's because the crack ass fucking energy drink you consume is not enough to get through a workout. The fuck?
I don't even drink those that much anymore.
No. Okay, so BCAAs, yes, they're BCAAs,
they're good.
Building blocks, muscle resynthesization, energy. They all work in part. They have their part with the overall goal. Okay. The creatine, the magnesium, BCAAs, all muscle function, energy levels. Protein is obviously a repair. And if you see kind of how we're putting things together, and then the fish oil comes in to help grease the wheels almost. All of the supplements that we're trying to put together here for you guys are all around the concept of lean tissue growth, hypertrophy, getting stronger, longer. Stiffness no stiffness in the morning with the one side, right? You want to see a return on your investment of the time that you're putting in. If you have the patience to learn what you don't know, to take the supplements for how they apply to you and put the work in, well then shit, you'll see the results. Right? Yep. And you'll understand that what you're doing was right. You'll feel it. And I think a lot of folks need to feel it first.
I agree. That's the other thing that you're going to find in this supplement guide is how to look for this stuff. And like we said, there's links in here. We carry some of these supplements that we know are super important, that we've vetted out ourselves, and for that goal of lean tissue growth. Some of them we don't have just yet, but all of them, it says, how do I take it and what do I look for?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll get into a little bit of how to choose the right one, what you need to make sure it has, because there's a lot of marketing bullshit out there that'll throw you off, and it's meant to throw you off.
Right.
Because they want you to buy it and they want to save money on producing it. So, and they're playing off your want to build lean muscle tissue. So look at those sections and make sure you understand exactly what you're looking for. And like we said at the beginning, continue to do your own research. We get into a little bit of the trends and things like fat burners in here also. Multivitamins we touch on a little bit. And the moral of really, especially with those fat burners, the trendy stuff like the mushroom powders and the greens and those two things specifically, it matters so much more what you're actually eating on a normal basis than if you're taking a fat burner or greens or mushroom powder. Like Darnell said in our last episode, part 2 of this one, if you haven't heard it yet, he talked about fat burners and he said, listen, like fat burners are cool if you're trying to like expedite the process a little bit, 100 extra calories a day, whatever it might burn. It's small. So if you're not doing the work on top of using the fat burners, is not going to matter. And the same things with those green powders and mushroom powders. Are you going to get a ton of vitamins from them?
Yeah.
Sure. But if the rest of your diet sucks, it doesn't matter. Like you'll put those vitamins in your body, but they may not be used the right way. They might not be metabolized the right way if you're also filling your body with junk and sitting on the couch. Like it doesn't work like that.
Right.
So anyways, trend to notice here, the top 5 supplements are all geared toward muscular energy and recovery. I mean, that's it. There's none of those like fad gimmick type things in there. The top 5 are the top 5 because they have worked, they do work, they will always work. It is human biology. And these are the things that help your anatomy, your biology do what it needs to do to look the way that you want it to look.
Right.
And feel the way you want it to feel.
Click and buy some shit.
Yeah.